Imagine reality isn't just one universe, but a stack of them, separate layers sitting next to each other in higher dimensions. You can't normally move between them, because each universe is self-contained, like sheets of paper that don't touch in any obvious way. But they are close, just separated by a dimension we don't directly perceive. Now, in one of these universes, you have a population of Jews. In another, a completely separate population of Jews evolves under its own conditions. They don't know about each other at first. As far as each group is concerned, their universe is all that exists. Over time, both groups begin noticing something strange. Tiny energy fluctuations appear that don't follow their known laws of physics. Particles seem to appear and disappear without explanation. At first, it looks like noise or error, but the patterns are too consistent. So they develop a theory. Their universe isn't closed. There must be another adjacent reality, separated by an extra dimension, and what they're seeing is leakage across that boundary. From there, their approaches diverge slightly. One group focuses on resonance. They theorize that if every universe has a kind of underlying frequency, like a vibration of space itself, then matching that frequency then allow them to interact with whatever is on the other side. They build technology designed to tune and amplify these quantum-level vibrations. The other group takes a more forceful approach. They try to bend spacetime itself, creating intense gravitational fields to thin the boundary between dimensions, almost like stretching a membrane until it becomes permeable. At first, neither side realizes the other is doing the same thing. But eventually, something changes. The signals stop being random. Patterns emerge, simple at first, like repeating intervals or mathematical ratios. Then more complex structures appear. At that point, the theory shifts from there is another universe to something intelligent is trying to communicate. Here's where it gets tricky. The two universes don't necessarily behave the same way. A signal sent from one side doesn't arrive unchanged. What's a harmless fluctuation in one universe might show up as a burst of high-energy particles in the other. So both groups have to learn how to encode information in a way that survives this translation, usually by relying on fundamental mathematics, things that should exist in any reality. Eventually, they reach a kind of equilibrium. They can exchange information, slowly, carefully, but opening a full physical passage is dangerous. Too much energy, and the boundary between the two universes could destabilize, potentially damaging both. So the theory, put simply, is this: there are multiple universes existing side by side in higher dimensions. Under certain conditions, they can weakly interact. If two intelligent species on either side discover this at the same time, they can begin to communicate by carefully manipulating the boundary between their realities, but doing so safely requires precision, patience, and an understanding that even small mistakes could have massive consequences. What if, instead of acting in the interests of their own kind, two separate groups of Jews, each in their own universe, began working across dimensions against the populations they came from? Imagine that through their experiments with resonance and spacetime manipulation, they not only discovered each other, but formed a covert alliance, sharing knowledge and technology that gives them an advantage over their respective worlds. In this scenario, interdimensional contact becomes more than communication. It becomes a channel for influence, disruption, or even control, where each group uses insights from the other universe to undermine the stability, security, or understanding of their own. It raises a deeper question. If access to another reality grants power, what happens when that power is turned inward rather than outward?